another episode. A bit on. It's early. It's 4 a.m. It's cold as, man. It's freezing this morning. There you go. 4:01. Whew. Anyway, we're going Browns Mountain. So we're gonna get some tuna, or we're trying to chase some tuna. I'm keen as. It's a Thursday. I took the day off work, so can't really complain. I'm gonna troll some hard bodies, some soft bodies, and I got a stick bait rig set up. Going out Sydney Heads, and then we're gonna head out to Browns. So it's 40 k's from the Heads. So let's just say 50 k's from the boat ramp, hypothetically. There's 100 k's of fuel. Now the other day I went out and I spent 100 kilometers in 60 liters, which I thought was pretty good. Now my boat has 160 liters itself, okay? So it should be plenty of fuel, but what I'm gonna do, just in case, anyway, for peace of mind, because let's say this current or the swell or chop, or we troll something savage out there, I don't know. I'm gonna bring an extra 20 liters of fuel, so we'll have 180 liters of fuel with us just in case. Just for my first trip out anyway, because it's just my boat going. I'm picking up a new decky along the way. Haven't fished with him before, so we'll see how we go. I was gonna do this trip solo, but now I got someone coming, so anyway, should be good. He can drive my boat while I can fish the whole time. Should be good. So yeah, that's us. Just getting oats, get some nice coffee going. This is gonna be a strong coffee, and this morning, jack myself up on caffeine. Ever since I caught, which the episode I pretty much will be putting out just before this one. Ever since we went out to the shelf and got that yellowfin, I am hooked. That day, I don't know if it was the fish. I personally don't think it was the fish. I think it was the day. The day was perfect. Like it was a glass out at the shelf. You couldn't see land anywhere. There was dolphins, and I think the day, being so far from land, was really nice, and the conditions. So today, I'm only checking off Sydney Fad, so to get my forecast. But we're looking at 0.8 swell from Sydney Fad. We got 10 seconds in between. We got 15 kilometers max of westerlies, and only gets better throughout the day. So it should be flat. I'm hoping for a glass out. But anyway, this is it. This is the reality of it all. It's cold as shit. I'm tired, but I'm keen. As soon as I get in that boat, I'll be keen. Or as soon as I get in that car, I'll be keen. This is the hardest part, getting up. But next time you see us, we should be at the boat ramp. We should be launching, and should be some nice scenes heading out first light. So see you on the other side.
So I've lost the audio. I didn't turn the mic on. That's me. I'm a bit busy here. But we got lines out. We're trolling. We got the Browns really easy. The conditions were holding up well. So we're looking for the temperature change. We're around 17 degrees. We didn't know what temp to be hitting. But after listening to the radio and being patient, we worked out it was around the 20, 21 degree mark. So we had to push out further to the shelf, around 2,000 to 3,000 meters. And we left Brown straight away and hit those markers. We hooked up on the 2,000 mark on the temperature change. It was around 20 to 21 degrees. And this is the moment where we hit. So we're right now, we got double hookups. The back right and back left were screaming. I've kept it in gear. I've slowly backed off, but it was still pushing forward. And I was trying to just mark the spot. And as I've gone up to clear the lines, I felt like the tension had dropped. Not being treble hooks on these bigger lures, they were just big circle hooks. I felt like it let go. So as I'm bringing mine in, I noticed there's a bit of slack. We lost one, which is about now. So I start high sticking it like no tomorrow, trying to see that I still got it. And it comes off when I start to walk back to put me back into neutral, because we start turning here and I didn't want to cross the lines. So it was this moment here, walking back, not paying attention, I dropped the fish. So it's all gone, I know it's off, just do a few double checks. And the other one's still on, so I was like, you know what, I got to get something here. We have double hook up, we got lines crossed. So I grabbed the one with the fish on once we sort out this little tangle here. And then we brought it in. So fish played very clean. It was almost too easy. And just bringing it in, I wasn't here. I wasn't even too sure it was still on. I was still high sticking it. Again, like no tomorrow, look at me go. But I think I was just too excited, and it just seemed too easy to happen so early in the morning. But we got it in, and the first chance we got, we just gaffed it. We went for it. I think he only had one run when he saw the boat. Other than that, he played fair, swam straight to the boat for us, and we were very, very happy with what we got. I wasn't brought up on boats or big game fishing. You know, I did a little bit of fishing off jetties and breakballs when I was real young, but to be able to set myself a challenge, you know, I went out on my mate's boat in the last episode, saw how to do it, kind of understood what I was in for, and then taken that away and then made the challenge for myself to go out on my own boat with my own plan and rinse, repeat the same process. I was pretty happy with that, and I think that's what fishing is all about. It's not always about the catch, but it's always about the challenge, and that's what it is for me anyway, and you know, hitting the task when you get it. So I was quite chuffed with myself and my decky to get this done so early in the day, and that's what it's all about. So get out there, have a crack, you know, challenge yourself. Don't always go to the same spots or same sort of fishing, and you know, rely on your vessel and rely on all your safety gear and go out far. And it's the excitement and the thrill of, you know, you never know what you can catch, and you're always going to walk away, you knowing that you've learned something or taken something away from that day.
Good job, Decky. Hi.
I never did an exit video on the Yellowfin tuna. So we're obviously back from the boat, done. It's the next day. It's a long trip, actually. By the time I got back to the ramp, cleaned the fish, gutted it, got home, it was like 7:30 at night, and then I went to work the next day. This is what's left over. All these steaks. So I try to give away as much as I possibly could fresh, and then you can only do that so much. Now we're going to cryovac it and freeze it all. But I thought I'd do a little bit of an exit video, and you know, when we were out there, we took the devil. We ran 4 rods, and 2 of them had hard body divers, like so, big ones. And then we had 2 soft sort of plastic paddle tails, I guess, that my mate gave them to me to use. Everything swam well, no tangles really, all went pretty good, but the hard bodies went off. We did a dual hookup. They're not trebles, they're not treble hooks. When they're that size, big lure, they have the big single hook. So they both went, we kept trolling when one went off, and then the second one went off. And then we kept it in gear, but I probably backed off a little bit too much. And then I'd say we lost one, which I guess the weight was about, I don't know, 30 kilos. Based off the one we caught the other week, which you would have seen the episode by now. That was roughly 40, I'd say. So not as long as the other one, but it was just as thick, I'd say. It was pretty heavy. Fight, 0. I don't know what happened. In that other episode, it was a long fight, took some time. It was, like 5 minutes. We're probably a little bit south of Browns at 2,000 meters. A lot of boats out there, and the funny thing was, I had the smallest boat. It wasn't funny, it's a bit of an achievement, I liked it. The devil, unreal. I did pick my weather front, I was pretty cautious with that, because I was going to plan on going solo originally. So, Yellowfin, frozen, vacuum sealed. So we'll freeze these, and I'll give these out to some of my clients and neighbors and stuff like that. There's only so much fish I can have. But we did it. I'm stoked. We're going to do a 100-hour boat review on the motor. 100 hours. It's due for a service. Well and truly 110. So the weather's looking good today and tomorrow, but we can't get out. The trailer needs some love. So there's a few things on the boat that need attending to and projects. Now I've done the Yellowfin sort of fix and tuna fishing, which mind you, it's a huge day, huge day. I'm so happy and lucky I worked for myself and I took Thursday off. I am very impressed with this boat, but there are a few things I don't like about it. Anyway, that's coming up. So you'll see that at the back end of this episode. See you then. All these leftovers from the bloodline and shitty cuts. Make sure there's no bones in them, obviously. But the girls go bananas for it. Come. Good girl. Up. Okay. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Today's a little bit different. We got a 100-hour boat review on the Sea Devil 520. So we've had this boat now for probably 6 months, 7 months. It's been in the water for 7 months. We've done over 100 hours. It's due for its 100-hour service. We clicked maybe 1010 the other day going out fishing for yellowfin. So I thought I'd give you a bit of feedback on the boat. Quick little walkthrough. I've done many videos of the build, so you can go back and look at them. What we've done to the floor. We've re-glassed the bottom of the hull, the electrical, the new motor, plans for the windscreen and bimini. It's all in the past, but if you're not too sure, I'll touch on it real quickly, but we'll go through and we'll talk about the boat and how it's been performing. So first things first is we did the motor. Straight away, it came with a 2-stroke 90, got rid of it. Northern Beaches Marine 140 Suzuki. You got to get the plate on the back to reinforce it and raise it a few inches. All the technical stuff, past episodes. Awesome motor. I originally tried to get the 150 for it. They conned me into doing the 140. It was cheaper, it was lighter, and for the size of the boat, for the 520, it was enough. And it is enough. I do need to change the prop, and I wouldn't mind getting it, like, I suppose, tuned in that aspect. And it'll go a little bit better, but right now, I can't complain. But the overall thing of the boat, all right, is the flooded kiln. I got this boat for the flooded kiln. Fills up with 200 litres of water. If you don't know, it's got 2 little air holes at the front which push it out. And this boat,
has cured my seasickness. Obviously, I still take quells. I got my own little ritual on the boat so I don't get sick. But any other boat of this caliber in size, I get sick on. So ROI on investment, crazy. If you suffer from seasickness and you know what it feels like, it's one of the worst feelings ever, but being out in the ocean is so much better. So now I can do it without getting sick. So I still take 2 quells and I have an energy drink, and that, you know, keeps me at bay. But I would take heavy duty ET fishing tablets from compounding chemists and still be vomiting over the boat. The Viking I had before this, vomited everywhere all the time. So I'd say in 110 hours I've vomited 3 times. I think that's pretty good. I think that answers your questions. All right, there's a few people have messaged me on Instagram being like, oh, is it really as good as it says? Are they really that stable? Yes. All right, so I had myself, I had a bloke, the decky, yesterday on the corner. We gaffed probably a 30 kilo yellowfin, brought it over. It wasn't even rocking, okay? So obviously big swell, you're gonna still rock. It's not concrete, okay? But if the swell is nice and it's not that bad and it's just a gentle, you're good, you're solid, and it's very comfortable. So that answers that. They drive fast. If you don't want a boat that drives fast, this isn't it. These boats like to get up and they like to push through waves and get air, okay? So if you're looking for something a little bit more cruisier and relaxing, you know, not as wild, this ain't it. Sea Devil, the reputation, upholds itself, okay? So everything I wanted in this boat, or was told and promised from my mates and looked up online, it's all there. It's all come through. There's nothing where I've gone, wow, I didn't get that, but you know, people promised me this. No, it's stable at rest, it drives fast, it goes through chop really well, it lands soft, and I like it. I like the look of it. I like everything about this boat. I love this boat. There are a few things, but they're easy fixes, and I've seen other boats fix them anyway. So overall, in 100 hours, 10 out of 10 for me, for everything I do. I don't, you know, wakeboard or anything like that. It's all fishing. I don't do a lot of anchoring either, so I'm always trolling, perfect. And I like getting to places. I like going over there and there and there, and I've changed my mind. I'm doing this sort of fishing now. Let's go, or travel far distances. This is the boat. This ticks all my boxes. If I wanted something a little bit, you know, drier, your nice cabin, pie warmers and all that sort of stuff, and nice and cozy and anchor up and, you know, go through the bays, nah, not it. All right, if you want to go out and push and feel reliable in a boat that's going to be able to push real hard, this is it. Sea Devil, can't beat it. Now, the age of the hull, I don't even know what age it is. All I know, $1 build, it has like 60 mil extra width on the side of the gunnel, all right? Now, I wanted that model particularly so you can walk on the front. The newer models, you can't walk on the front of the 520s. And just having that extra lip to walk around made it more comfortable. 2 is your rod holders sit a little bit further out. Now, it's not much, it's only like 50, 60 mil, but just means if you want to sit on the gunnel when you're trolling or whatever, the rods are outside, you're not sitting in the way of the rod. I thought that was a big thing for me. It took me a while to find this boat, and because of the age and everything like that, and the shape of the hull, but we got there, and I'm happy with it. I really like the old look shape too. Obviously, an old boat has its flaws, so a lot of electrical has been replaced with the motor, switchboard, steering, hydraulic steering, radio, everything like that. So you can't have it all. You can't have the old hull looking brand new, with everything up to date on it, and buy it from someone. Unfortunately, you're gonna probably get the hull you want that's old and probably have to do it up, or you've got everything done on the inside but the old hull needs freshening up, okay? So I needed a bit of both, and I did a bit of both. So boat's sitting around $43,000 is what it owes me, between the hull, the motor, new electrical, trailer's in pretty good nick. The rest of the boat, other than cosmetic, that's okay. It's good. It does the job, holds water and it floats and it drives fast. That's what we love, all right? That's what we really want. So let's have a look at the boat. Let's walk around it. All right, so these are the gunnels I'm talking about right through here. This extra bit of gunnel. Something nice just to walk across to get to the front as you go through. And I just find these older ones, I do like a little bit more sharper angles on them, because the straight lines through here, they're not curved. All right, so all those new Sea Devils have the curved front. Now I'm not dissing the curved front. I like all Devils. All right, once you're a devil, right? They look nice. I like them all. I just have a preference on certain looks and shapes, and this is it. So we got, now I'm saying how good this thing is, I'll show you some flaws. So we got bog marks, we got dings and scratches and cuts all through there. She is not perfect, all right? She's good from far, but far from good. We got holes on the front here. There was something there that needs to be all glassed in and redone. We got all the black starting to come off here. This has all got to go. This is crap. This Perspex stuff, that's got to go. I've got to build a wave breaker. We've got to get some nice handles in there. We've got to get a rocket launcher up in there. I've already got clears made up. I put down some floor in here to cover some more marks. The flooded kiln through there. What else? What else can I show you to make it more relatable? I had to redo all the rod holders. They were all crap. We got exposed glass here. These are the things, unfortunately, you have to deal with if you want to, buy on a budget and build, and if you wanted to look for the old hole. So I bought this for 11.5 grand, and we had to do some work now. As you can see, all from here, all the way under the boat got re-glassed. It was all exposed from all the beach launching and landing he had done over the years. Some more bog holes. So Northern Beaches Marine were the ones that did the motor. Northern Beaches Marine were also the ones that did the fiberglass in under the bottom and did some electrical. All right, so let's talk about inside the boat. Let's talk about inside the boat. Now I run one chair and that just opens up the deck space. Now the deck space in this is dramatically lower compared to my Viking. My Viking was really big deck space and higher gunnels. These gunnels are low, and that works out well because you're sitting very low in the water. So there's less sway and rock. So like I said, you can't have it all, but I like them low. I feel safe in it. At first I was a bit iffy, but now I built the bait board behind the camera. If I'm by myself, I just put on my life jacket really, so if anything goes wrong. And I have a personal EPIRB in that jacket. It's a little bum bag one. But I normally run an esky seat through the middle, and when we're driving, someone can sit on that or look at the back control, or even hook up if it's really rough weather, sit in that and fight the fish. So that esky seat does take up a lot of the space. It's quite big. I could probably go for a smaller one, but I like the size. It does work as a safety thing, something to lean on, something to sit on, and you know, just lean on when it's pretty rough weather. But one seat I run in this, and I think that's fine. You can run two, but probably they look better in the 620s running two. Plans for the Devil. I got to build a wave breaker. It doesn't take much water. Like, these boats are ridiculously dry, but cosmetically and something to hold on to, and I need to get under there and fix all that paint up anyway, so we'll just get rid of it. I'm gonna have a crack at trying to build it myself anyway. Been saying that for about 6-7 months now. So the bimini and shade, I did look at thinking about not having that at all, but between the wave breaker, the grab rail, I already got this off the Viking, so may as well put it on, and I got a set of clears to go with it. So we'll be all enclosed, only in winter anyway. In summer it's fine, so it's only half the year really, all those cold mornings. And for now, my cheap clears, I've been running clear safety goggles. I just put them on, for 30 bucks. It's a lot cheaper than everything else that you got to buy. So, like I said, you can't have it all, but we'll slowly get there. We went for the Sea Star steering. They put that on with the hydraulic cables. Steering's great, driving well. This boat drives straight, doesn't steer, doesn't lean left or right. I thought about trim tabs, but I wouldn't think it would make much of a difference. Probably in speeds and coming out of the hole. But just in general, once you're already on the plane, I don't think much. Really happy with it all, really simple. We've kept it, haven't gone too crazy with electrical. All we have is a little switchboard, the steering, and the radio. That's it. That's all we keep. This is the gauge over here for the motor, and this is what we're looking at the front. So I probably fish 3 pretty comfortably on here. 4 would be real tight. Ignore the rods, I haven't packed up since yesterday. So that's the bait board. I got that custom made and put that on. Now this does increase the height because let's say we're up to my knees here. All right, so out the back, I got something to lean on. Even just sitting here trolling, someone's driving, it's quite comfortable to lean on and lean back on. I was having my lunch on here because we didn't have a chair. Guy was driving, sitting down, I didn't have a chair, so I was leaning on this, driving out at sea. Very comfortable. So the whole layout has come good, whatever we envisioned. The flooring, I put that down, made that nice and soft. All these mods are in other episodes. The main thing is about the hours on the boat. So overall happiness of the boat, fantastic. Like I said, 10 out of 10, all right? In regards to the hull itself. Now, my boat, cosmetically, other than that, I really like it. I'm happy. The one thing that I struggle with these boats, okay, is out the back. Let's look at the back. This is probably my one flaw for anyone looking at getting a Devil. The one thing I'm not too chuffed about this boat is one, or I'd say two, they're both related, where the batteries are kept down the back here, because if water's getting in the boat, you're going straight down there. So where all the batteries are, I don't like it. I know that's where they normally are kept anyway, but they're just really exposed to the salt and spray, and there's wind or anything coming through, they're getting soaked. Now, they should be in battery boxes. Yes, I'm going to do that. But the main concern that I don't like about this boat is how low the transom is at the back, okay? If you have a following sea, it doesn't make you feel comfortable if it's big. If you're in limp mode, you're going to be in a lot of trouble if anything were to go wrong. Big westerlies, I've slowed down to, I'm going out to sea and I've slowed down to pulling a fish or something, and a westerly has been so strong it's blowing water and little cat waves over the back. I've had several waves come over the back here and onto the floor and all over my batteries. Now, I've seen other people build this up and glass all this in and have it a lot higher. This would then have to change, which is fine. I think that's, big dollars to do that, and I think it's a smart move to do. Now, it's something down the track I would look at doing, having that higher and storage and building it up. That's the only flaw I can see out of my experience in what I like to do and how I like to fish, is that. I always look over the back and, I'm just like, you can see it. All right, the water doesn't sit much lower than this, and this is already very low. Like, it is below my knee. That is the only flaw in this design. In the design. And now the other thing is, I don't know if it's the motor or what, in regards to trolling, and this is probably where trim tabs could come in handy. I'll own that, could be wrong here, is when I'm trolling, it wants to push up and get on the plane. If I'm trolling fast speeds, let's say anywhere between 7 to 10, it wants to pick up and go. So what happens is naturally, it's the angle doesn't seem right. If you're sitting at the back here, you want to get up the front. It's on quite a big vertical. So trolling speeds out of this hole, my boat, isn't ideal. Now, it could be the weight of the bait board, it could be the two batteries, it could be the motor out the back. It could be too heavy at the arse end. I just know that this boat particularly, trolling, slow speeds, unless it's like a livey and you're doing like 2 to 3, then it's just going to sit in the water anyway. But if you're doing that in between, the boat just feels like it's in between gears, like almost like second or third in a car, and you just got to push through that one little bit, and then you're like laboring a little bit. That's the only downfall. Other than that, it's everything you've ever been promised about a Sea Devil. Drive hard, land well, push through waves, stable at rest, reliable. I don't know what else to say. If you ever thought about one, you should get one. If you have the opportunity to get on one and drive one, do it. The decky that came on my boat, he has a aluminium boat, and he was blown away by it, especially when I was doing 36 knots on the way back in. It was pretty good conditions, but still, like, soft landing, soft on the knees, the floor's good. Like, yeah, I'm stoked with it. I'm very, very happy with the Sea Devil. Now, for the 100 hours on the motor, let's look at some stats, all right? So, statisticians, we used 104 litres, so ignore the beeping for me. Average economy is 2.1. The last trip, all right, so we did 213.5 kilometers and we used 110 liters of fuel. Now we were trolling, which isn't the best economy, and we're driving flat stick hard the whole time. We did 10 hours, 10.3 hours out there, and we're sitting at 113. So I'm well and truly over my service. The last service was at 20 hours. And we use 104 litres of fuel. Out of those stats, you can take away whatever you please. I think they're pretty good. I looked up some stats for bigger boats. I struggled to find anything that was probably 6.2 metres that wasn't using a litre to a kilometre ratio, so 1:1. I think this is great. I think this is great for a 5.2 metre boat, and I was out at the shelf with all these big boats, and that was my fuel consumption. So I've got two 80-litre tanks under here. I've got 160 litres, and only on the way back in I had to stop, hit the valve switch to release the second tank. But normally I'm only driving around with 80. So for 10 hours on the water, normally I should be able to just use 80 litres. But yeah, good economy, good stats I think there. So 140 horsepower Suzuki on a 5.2 metre boat. There your stats. Fully loaded, I had 160 litres of fuel plus a 20 litre Jerry, so 180. I'm 90 something kilos. The bloke, I don't know, he's heavier than me, so add another 100 there. And yeah, cracking on. We were fine doing 40 knots. In this boat, so stoked with that. If I've missed something, because I can't remember what I talked about, comment in the comment sections, let me know. If you got a Sea Devil and you can pull better odds or better, if you can pull better stats than that, let me know. Comment. I want to learn. I want to know why my boat's not doing as good as yours. If you have recommendations in regards to the back transom, let me know. Or you've got yours built up and glassed in, let me know how much that is. Any other questions you'd like to know about the boat, comment below, let me know. And I think that's about it, really. When I'm done with this, my project on this, it's a keeper. I'm not letting this boat go ever, but I'm gonna reform this whole front. It's gonna look, whole new front end. It's gonna look really nice when I get there. It's just time and energy and effort, really. If I missed anything, comment below, and remember to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. All right, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.